This morning, we received a report from a local farmer. A wild boar herd had overrun and destroyed an entire potato patch overnight. The once peaceful land had suddenly transformed into a battlefield, marked by the dense footprints of the intruders. In response to this, we decided to head out. This time, instead of using firearms, our team chose modern bows and arrows, not only as a test of our skills, but also to maintain the necessary silence in the thick jungle. Would this arrow hunt help us stop the wild beasts, or would our recklessness put everything in even greater danger? The answer would unfold throughout today's journey. The sun shines weakly through the thick canopy of the jungle. While the surroundings are well lit, visibility is still limited by the dense foliage. Yet this actually works in our favor, providing excellent cover for hiding spots. In the distance, a herd of wild boars is calmly foraging. One of my team members whispers about 10 of them. I take in the information, slowly draw my bow, inhale deeply, and carefully calculate the wind direction and the angle of the shot. Thwack! The arrow hits the largest boar in the herd squarely in its side. The entire group panics and scatters, seeking a way out. The first target is now under control, but the hunt is far from over. Do you think the boars will escape? No chance. Our group had already anticipated this move, positioning ourselves at key points to intercept. As soon as the herd dashed across our line of sight, a teammate shot another arrow, halting the escape of the second boar. This isn't just about luck. It takes experience, knowing how to read the boar's movements and understanding their escape patterns to make sure we don't miss our shot. Rather than waiting for them to walk into our traps, we switched to Plan B, actively tracking them. We split into smaller groups, following their tracks in the damp earth, while also ensuring we covered every possible escape route. Then, out of the shadows, a lone boar appeared. My teammate steadied his breath, moving cautiously. He drew his bow deliberately, but didn't release the arrow just yet. Every movement was calculated, waiting for the perfect moment when the boar stepped into our strategic firing range. In an instant, the arrow flew, hitting its mark. The boar let out a single cry before falling to the ground, subdued. In hunting, precision, patience, and strategy are what separate success from failure. At the same time, another boar had been quickly dispatched by another team not far off. Despite the dense forest, our experience and strategic planning made every step and every arrow count. It was as though the jungle was within our grasp, controlled by our every move. While cleaning up our haul, we received word about another target about 200 meters away. We quickly mobilized, not wanting to miss the opportunity. A pair of them, I muttered, signaling to my team to block one side and set up an ambush. I crept closer, locking in on the target, and drew my bow decisively. A sudden gust of wind blew, forcing me to recalculate the arrow's trajectory. Thwack! The arrow sped through the air, striking the larger of the two boars. We continued our final chase. The remaining boars were running right into the pre-planned escape routes. As one crossed into our ambush zone, an arrow whistled through the air, neutralizing the target instantly. No luck for those who dared to destroy the crops and disrupt the peaceful lives of the villagers. Once again, the seamless coordination and precision of our team turned the dense jungle into a chessboard, where each move, each decision, was made with careful thought and execution. Today's hunt has come to an end. Every arrow, every step was planned with the utmost care. Our mission was completed successfully and safely, with each member contributing to the success. We also adhered strictly to local laws, ensuring that every part of the hunt was legal and ethical. If you're interested in tense, strategic hunts like this one, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to follow our upcoming adventures.
Traversing treacherous mountain slopes, weaving through dense thickets of grass, these resolute marksmen are unstoppable in their determination. The battle begins to protect crops, land, and livestock from the claws of wild beasts. The thrilling moments below will keep you glued to the screen. Which scene left you stunned? Stick around until the end to pick the hunt that impressed you the most. A perfect ambush kicked off today's battle. Kevin's team arrived early, swiftly moving into their pre-assigned positions. Soon after, on the mountainside, rustling sounds from the bushes ahead put Kevin on high alert. The moment he faced the beast, a decisive gunshot rang out, cutting off the lead boar's escape route. The rest of the herd turned and fled into the thickets, vanishing in an instant. The battle had officially begun. At the base of the mountain, a seamless coordination between Kevin and his team unfolded. From a distance, a familiar silhouette emerged, frantically charging through the dense bushes, but it made a fatal mistake by veering straight toward Kevin. Instantly, a barrage of gunfire erupted, halting every attempt to escape. The beast collapsed on the ground, unable to take another step. Another threat was eradicated from this land. At another position, through binoculars, a marksman spotted a wild boar darting toward cover on the opposite mountainside. The moment its body came into view, gunshots rang out in succession, instantly halting its escape. A precise shot neutralized yet another threat before it could vanish. Leaving the fierce battle on the mountainside, we turned to a tense pursuit unfolding in Spain. While scanning every movement around, a wild boar suddenly appeared but couldn't escape the hunter's crosshairs. In an instant, a barrage of bullets was unleashed, completely thwarting the beast's attempt to flee. A decisive strike, timely saving the fields below. Amid the reeds, the barking of hunting dogs signaled the presence of a wild boar. Jamie swiftly closed in, only for a massive boar to suddenly charge into view. He stayed calm, took careful aim, and pulled the trigger. A decisive shot halted the beast's attempt to attack just in time. A heart-pounding moment. You can't help but admire the composure of these professional hunters. At this moment, in another location, the beasts lurking in the tall grass fell into the sights of the marksmen. Without hesitation, they swiftly took position, and a barrage of gunfire erupted. One by one, the boars were taken down, leaving no chance for escape. A decisive strike completely neutralized the threat they posed to the land.
Hadi abi hadi bak evet çok güzel.
Looking out over the wide fields, my chest tightened. The earth was ripped apart, rows of corn trampled and flattened. The season's hard work gone in a single night. I couldn't just stand there. I immediately gathered my team and laid out a plan for the day. We would hunt, and we would bring peace back to this land. But in this battle, who will emerge the victor? Follow us on this brutal hunt and see for yourself. Just a few hours later, the team was already assembled at the edge of the field. We checked every rifle, every bullet, every signal device. Then, splitting into formation, we moved into our positions. Our eyes scanned the brush, the open patches of ground, the tree leans in the distance. Here, the prey could appear at any moment. Barely 10 minutes passed in our ambush. When it happened, a massive beast burst out of nowhere, charging straight toward us. Now, only meters away, I squeezed the trigger. The explosion shattered the silence, the bullet drilling straight into its forehead. It froze mid-stride, then collapsed with a bone-shaking thud that made the ground tremble. An opening like that, what do you think impressive enough? At the same time, from another blind, one of my teammates was silently watching. The tall grass ahead swayed oddly, a shadow hidden within. A dark head rose slowly, scanning the area. Deep breath, steady hands. The moment it stepped forward, bang, the shot cracked the still air. The bullet struck squarely between the eyes. The boar toppled into the grass, lifeless. After that takedown, we moved along a narrow trail that led to an open patch of dry earth. There, a lone boar was digging, completely oblivious that it had walked into our sights. I raised my rifle slowly, peered through the scope, and fired. The gunshot sounded like the seal on a sentence long decided. Another beast down, but was that the end of today's hunt? The moment we pulled up at the forest's edge, the hounds were already howling furiously up ahead. We leapt out of the truck and sprinted past bare stumps. There it was, an enormous boar thrashing by a narrow canal, trying desperately to leap across. Breath heavy, I raised my rifle. The instant it jumped, boom, my shot slammed into it, cutting its escape short. If the rest of its kind had witnessed that kill, they'd never dare to set foot in these fields again. Deeper in the woods, the faint rustle of leaves made us halt. My teammate raised his hand, stopped, rifles lifted, silence. Then, from the brush, a colossal boar emerged. It turned, ready to bolt. Too late. The shot hit home. The beast stumbled, then tumbled headlong down a cliff. But fate had other plans. Across the rocky ridge, a massive black figure hunched, digging furiously. Exhaustion forgotten, the team fell into position, moving with flawless rhythm. I pressed my cheek against the stock, slowed my breath, and squeezed. Boom! The shot thundered across the cliffs. The beast jolted, its legs slipping off the edge, before the entire hulking body rolled down into the abyss below. The hunt ended there, in the whistling wind of the cliffs, in the acrid scent of gunpowder lingering on our hands. The monsters that had ravaged these fields and forests lay silent. The land, once more, was safe. Every step of our hunt followed the rules and laws of this region. The harsh, brittle rustle of crushed leaves echoes through the air. Right in front of me, a massive, dark figure charges forward, snorting furiously. Wild boars again. I grip my teeth, eyes locked on the target ahead, gripping my rifle tight. I'm ready for a merciless showdown. My fields, my crops, my village, there's no way I'll let these boars lay them to waste. Let's begin. We had just arrived at today's destination, the thickets, the wild boar's favorite hideout. Suddenly, a shadow darts across, lightning fast. A huge, muscular boar with bristling hair bursts out, looking ferocious. Right behind it, my hunting dogs give chase, keeping close on its heels. A tense pursuit. All right, time to end this. Bang! The bullet flashes through the air and strikes the boar. It staggers, then collapses to the ground. My dogs swiftly pin it down. The first target is down, an excellent start to today's hunt and a smooth display of teamwork. From above, I scan the terrain. This place is packed with dense bushes. Suddenly, another boar bolts from the undergrowth, trying to escape, but that's the wrong move. A deafening gunshot tears through the silence. The bullet finds its mark. The beast tumbles, its massive frame crashing down. A clean kill. What do you think of that shot? Let us know in the comments below. The target is hiding here. You're surrounded, there's no escape. I raise my rifle, locking the target. Bang. Too easy. One clean shot, and the boar is down. Peace restored. Do you want to witness a chase where every second counts? That's the reality of hunting. No time for hesitation or doubt. Time to act. I load my weapon, finger on the trigger, eyes fixed ahead. Bang. Lightning quick. The boar drops instantly motionless. Perfect. Fast, sharp, precise. From a thick patch of bushes, a huge dark figure bursts out at terrifying speed. A charging boar. But I anticipated this. In a blink, my rifle is aimed, the trigger pulled. A sharp crack splits the air. The beast freezes mid-charge, collapses. Silence returns to the forest. A powerful reminder. This is not a place where wild boars roam freely. The hunt nears its end. Finally, the last target of the day. The boar hasn't realized the danger waiting ahead. Perfect. I'll give it a surprise. Target locked. A dry, sharp gunshot breaks the stillness. Direct hit. The boar stumbles, falls lifeless. Its carefree moments erased in an instant. The battle is over. I lower my rifle, a wave of relief mixed with a trace of sorrow washing over me. This isn't the joy of victory, but the calm of resolution. Now the vegetable fields, the corn patches, and the village can rest easy once more. I return with the trophy, but also with the weight of responsibility as a protector. One day, battles like this will begin again, and we'll always be ready. Our work is recognized and supported by the U.S. government. I send my gratitude to fellow hunters, local farmers, and the authorities who stood by us, ensuring today's mission was accomplished. We operate within proper policies with support and risk insurance to carry out our duty.